Hi guys, welcome to this Elementor footer design tutorial. In this tutorial, I will create a footer template that my clients sent to me, and I will try to replicate this same design using Elementor. So as you can see, this is their footer template with 4 columns and some other elements. So if you are new, you can watch this video to learn how to create such a footer template from scratch. So you must need Elementor Pro to do this, because in this tutorial I will use Elementor Pro. So let's start. uh, First I will create a template by going to the theme builder. From here I'll select footer, then add new. So you can skip this part if you know already how to create a footer template, the basic one. So I just created the template. So in this video I will also go through the best practices while designing a Elementor layout, which will help you to reduce the content of your page. Sorry, not content, actually reduce the HTML code from your page while achieving the exact layout that your client want. And this will also boost your performance, your site performance. Okay, so yeah, so here set, I will now set a name for the footer, like footer version 2. Okay, and then now let's see how this footer was designed. So there is a little border radius at the top left and top right. I am not sure you can clearly see it or not. And they have this 4 block, 4 column. Also had another column, and and at the end there is some links and other stuff with another section. So yeah, let's create this. So to do this, first I will take a parent container. Okay, so this is our parent container, and it's have a background color, so I'll set a background color. So so the color is already available in the global from Google color library. So I'll just select one, and then I will, let's see what can I do. So there is 4 column. Okay, so I'll create 4, take 4 container. No, not actually 4 container. Now I will divide it into 2 different container, first for separating this column and this column, like total column. So I will first take two, I think, yeah, 2 container, 2 inner container. So let's add 2 inner container. So I added one. Let's name it for better usability, like top part, and let's clone it to bottom part. Alright, so the footer is now separated into 2 inner container. Now they added some padding, you can see right all in the full template. So maybe around 40 pixel. I don't have the Figma file for that design, so I'll just work on a by guessing it. So I will add padding on the parent container to 40 pixel. We maybe change it later. So for now I'll start with 40 pixel. Okay, so now they have 4 column. So, and here another column, but it takes 3 total column space together. So in this scenario, what I can do is I will take a container for this and another container for this three column. So let me show you how I am gonna do it. So let's take one more container, and for the top part set the direction to row. Okay, and now I will clone this. Okay, so now we have a two column inside our top part container. Okay, so if we separate each column weight, it's probably like 25%, 25% for each. Okay, so in total this three column is taking 75%, I presume, and this one taking 25% of the width. So what I will do now is on this container I will set the weight to 25, and for this container I will set it to 75%. Okay, so 25% and 75%. Or maybe what I can do is this column looks like taking more spaces, so maybe I can set it to 30 and this one to 70. Okay, now that looks good. Sorry, I am having my coffee here. So yeah, so now let's move to the next part. Currently we are building the structure. Okay, so yeah, so this one is done structure wise, but here we have another block that is different and that has different layout than this one. Okay, so now what I will do, I can do it in two way. Like I can take two more container inside this to separate this to row, or I can do this also with one container for this whole area, and those three will be like a widget, like maybe list widget. So you may ask, you can do it in two way, then what is the best way? So the best way or the best practice is doing it as with as less widget as possible or as less container as possible to achieve your exact design. So since the best way would be like if I here take two container inside this, and then I take three widget for on the top container, and uh, for the bottom container I also take two widget. So overall there will be one extra container for this, and for this you definitely need another container for sure. So to reduce use of another container, I will create this whole block inside this without any additional container. So to do this, what I will do, I will add list widget. Icon list maybe work, or what else do we have? Let me think. Okay, let's try with icon list. Let's see how it goes. So for the first item I will remove the icon and set the title. So the title is company. Okay, and then I will duplicate this for multiple time, like for our other item inside it. And for the first item I will just bold it using the B tag. Okay, now let's change the color of the list to white. Okay, now how does it looks? So pretty good. We'll still need to improve it, but yeah, let's build the structure first, then we'll still the content. Okay, so now what I can do is so there is a space, like the space is kind of same, so we don't have to worry about it. we just need to adjust the spacing between. Yeah, so let's keep it for 15 pixel, and then like home. So for home I will type here the home URL, so home page URL here, then what they have, about us. So like this way you can link the pages of your footer. So I'm not doing further pages, I'll just leave it here. Okay, let's complete the design first, then I will update the content. Anyway, so yeah, so we created this column, so now move to this column. So how we can do this, we'll just duplicate this. Okay, again duplicate this. Yeah, so now we have 3, and now we will select the container that containing all this icon list, and change the direction to raw. Okay, and justify content to maybe space between or space around, whatever looks good. So what they did here, probably they used look, the left column is not same with this one. So in this case we can here use, the space around justify content set to space around. We can set justify content to space around here, and then for this block, what I can do is, inside this container I will add a new container, so which will only for this specific block, and it yeah, I think that's where it will be better. So to do this, I'll add a container here. So so it's pretty tough here, dragging here. Okay, I'll drag it center. Not working. Okay, let's try again. Okay, let's save it as a draft first, and then sorry, and then try again. Where it's going here, it goes here, so I will just drag it here using the navigator, and I'll paste here. Okay, now it inside our this container. Like, let's name it for better understanding, or we can name is top right. Okay, so this is navigator of Elementor. It is very useful if you want to do complex designing. So if you don't see this navigator, you can click here and it will show up, okay, in the structure tab. So the new name is structure, it was previously named as navigator. Okay, so now the fun part is, now after adding the container, here is the issue we have now right now. So what I can do, so it's pretty easy. I need to now change the uh, Flexbox style of our this container items. Let's play with it, let's see what I need. So the weight is 100%, that's fine. Now yeah, we can enable the wrap option, I think. Yeah, so you can see after enabling the wrap option, so the container is set to 100%, is taking its 100% width, and other icon list is taking its necessary space or necessary width. Cool. So hope you understand so far. So you can see the structure I built here in this footer, like a pretty complex one. So yeah, there is multiple way to do this same layout, but I am doing whatever I feel like the best, and which is also good for performance. Okay, so when you think about performance, the layout stack could be complex, nothing to do about it, but for the user end it will be good because you have less code in the front end. All right, so now what I can do, next step is our this block, and here we have another block. So now what I can do, maybe we need two column here. So for two column I need two container. So separate these two columns. To do this, what do we need? We need container. So let's go to container again. So in this container, what I am gonna do is, by the way, the default Elementor padding for every container is 10 pixel, I think. Let me check. Let's wait for the draft saving. So since we are using many container here, so the more you container here, there is more will be added, more spacing. Like if we adding a container inside a container and then another container, so since the default container padding is 10 pixels, so it will add lot of spaces in your design. So go to site setting by clicking here in the layout. Make sure the container padding is set to 0. Okay, otherwise what you need to do is, like, if it was not removed since the beginning of development of your site, what you need to do is, like, whenever you add a container, you have to go to the advanced tab and then remove those default padding by setting the value to 0, which is pretty time consuming, because whenever you will add a container, you have to go to the advanced tab and set at 0 value to that container padding. So it will waste a lot of your time. Okay, so now let's move from the padding option. So as we discussed, if you don't remove the padding from site setting, every time you have to come here and set the padding of each container to 0. Anyway, so now let's see what we have now. So now we will take a new container and design this block. So to do this, I already take a container, and inside this container I will take two more container. Okay, so let's take two more container, and then duplicate this. So now I'll select the main container and okay, I think I mistakenly took one extra container. We don't need extra container. Yeah, so I'll duplicate this, just okay, and now I'll change the direction to raw. Cool. So now if I analyze this block, and this one probably taking what 60%, and this one taking probably 40%, or maybe 35-65. So let's change this width to 65 and the second one to 35. Okay, cool. So now what we have few images, right? So and we have a one regular text or title here. So to do this, I will first add a heading widget. Let's change the color first. And what else do we need? We need maybe a casual or gallery type of things to display all those images in one widget. So to do this, I will add let's test with first image carousel. Let's see if it works for our need. Okay, and change this heading to maybe P. Okay, and so casual, let's upload the images. So I'll now upload those images, use it on the footer. Let me upload it. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4 5. So there is 5 image here. So I'm not sure I downloaded all the images already, so I will now push the video and upload all the images that use it in the footer. Okay, so I have uploaded all the images or the logos. So now I will select the relevant one. So they have Microsoft logo and those. So first we have 5 logo in total. So let's select those one. So I already uploaded those, so we'll match the design and upload those. Then we have this, then GDPR, then cyber essential logo. So let's do. Okay, so let's create a new gallery, insert gallery, and I'll change the heading text to your data is in safe hands. So let's change the text, your data is in safe hands. So I'll adjust the size of the image, and sorry about my internet is not loading, like very slow, so the image is not loading, so let's wait. So the image is now loaded. Now let's adjust the design. So let's see if the option that we have in image cursor is okay to achieve the layout we want. Okay, so first I will adjust the slide to show. So I have 5 images, so I want 5. Side to scroll. I don't want to scroll, but there is no option to disable it. Anyway, so it seems like the option that we have here is not suitable for our need. So what I'll do is I will replace this with maybe gallery widget of Elementor. It has some advanced feature. I can also use the carousel widget, but that has some JavaScript which may increase my page load time, so I am not gonna use it. If it works with gallery, then I will stay with it instead. So let's see the design. Okay, so let's change the column to 5. Image, maybe we can adjust the image size to full. Yeah, accept ratio, what, let's try this 16.9, 4.3, 9.6. okay, so it's very, it's getting close. Yeah, okay, so what should I do? I think we need to manually resize those images, otherwise it will not fit with the design. It will not look good. Also I change the estimate tag to span because it's adding extra margins. So yeah, so I'll need to adjust those image sizes, but I'm not gonna do for now, because it will take some time, and this is pretty easy. You can do it using Photoshop or Canva, whatever. So I'll need to resize those images and re-upload those to fit my this design. but I can do it later. So for now let's keep it this way. Oh yeah, and we'll need to disable the light box because here light box is really not necessary. Link no. Okay, so for now I'll just keep it in this way, and let's change this font size a little bit, maybe secondary or accent. Okay, or maybe I'll customly apply it. Yeah, and I'll also add some spacing to separate this block from the hair from these sections. To do this I will add a maybe 20 pixel margin on the top. Alright, so yeah, it looks what I want. Maybe after image resizing it will looks perfect. Okay, so now let's move to the next step, which is this block. So it's pretty same. I'll just copy it and just replace the content and nothing else. So I'll just delete this gallery, then select the new images. So here, so I have four images. I think they're five, but I cannot see it. Oh, I think it's a back to top icon. Anyway, so yeah, so I'll do this, mm, this one and this one, and what else? Yeah, and this one. Okay, and I can also change the order, and then insert the gallery. Here we need to adjust the column to 4 since we are showing 4 images. Okay, all looks good. Let's change the aspect ratio to 3:2. Here I probably also need to resize the images. So whatever we will do, we need to ensure that all the images are in the same aspect ratio, otherwise it will not look good. So yeah, I'll have to resize those images later. So for now it's all good, we can keep it. We are just building the layout. As I said, we can update the content later. Okay, so what's next? Now the left part. So here they wanted to use a logo and some tags. So this is pretty easy. We can do it with few widget and no extra container needed. So yeah, so let's drag the site logo here. Okay, so but their site logo doesn't have the slogan. So for now I will just use it. I'll upload it by talking with the client later, and I'll also adjust the color of the logo since it and the default one is navy blue, so it's not showing up here. I'll use the CSS filter to adjust the color. Yeah, and then brightness to stop level, and let's adjust other things. Okay, for now it's perfect. Maybe we can adjust it later also. Just let's for design I'll just keep it here now, and later I will update it with the original logo used here. Okay, and then what else? Then we have some paragraph tags, and for this we can use icon list, and for this we can use the social media widget, right? Cool. So let's add paragraph widget. So in paragraph widget by default we already have some text. I will just keep it for now, and just change the color to white. Okay, now what else? We have icon list, right? So for this I will use the icon list widget. Also, another thing I like to mention is whenever you use a widget on a design, try to continue using it, because now Elementor loads widget styles whenever it used on a page. So if you build a layout uh, that have the same widget type, it will be better for your page load, because the for example I use it icon list widget, right? So Elementor will load the icon list widget css file when this template is loaded in the front page. So here I the more I use icon list to achieve the design, that will be better, because the css file will be called only once. So what that mean is, like, if I use another widget here, like this block can be also achieved, I think, probably using another widget called what I think con icon icon yeah, I think, yeah, this icon box widget can be also used here to achieve the desired design and this design, and the phone number and email address. But what difference it make is, it will load the icon box css file when the template is loaded. So that means two different css file will be loaded, and it will send two different requests, so which will increase your website speed load time. So try to use the same widget as much as possible to achieve the design. If there is no option, then you can move to the other widget unless it's really necessary. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So now okay, let me give you the practical example, okay, what I am talking about. Let's preview this. So if I check the style of this, let me show you here look. So here Elementor loaded a style file. Check the URL: Elementor asset css widget icon list min.css. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many times now I use this and the icon list widget, only once this will be called. So if you use it 10 times, the browser will only request once to download this. But what happens if you add icon box here? Let's try icon box, save as draft, and let's preview it. So now we have an icon box in the footer, right? Sorry, I think it's cache. So now we have icon box, right? So let's check the css of icon box. Here now I selected the icon box wrapper. So now if I check this, look, we have another extra css file loaded on our page, which is widget icon box main.css, right? And this is icon main. It is still loading because we are still using the icon list widget. Let me show you here. So here, so icon list dot main dot css, also widget icon box dot. So I have used two different widget, so that's why two different css file is loading. So the number of different css different widget you will use on a design, those css file will be loaded separately. So this is one of the best practice while designing layout in Elementor. Make sure to use one same widget as much as possible, and don't mix things up, and don't use too much widget that actually can be done with the same widget that you already used on the design. Okay, so let me delete this and let's update the icon list widget. So here I will select the icon. Where is my icons? I think there is an issue with my icon library. Yeah, okay, give me some time, I will come back after fixing the icon library. Okay, so I fixed the icon library. Actually nothing to fix, I just reloaded the page. Okay, so icon library is now loading. So I will search for the envelope icon. Okay, change the color. yellow, and for the text we'll use white, so let's change it to white. Okay, sound good. And then let's change the tags. So for now I'll just add a dummy text. I'll update the final content later, so just to show you. And just duplicate this and use our phone number. Okay, and let's change the icon to phone. Cool. So yeah, we are almost done with this. Now what next? Now we have social icons. So can we use icon list widget here as well, or should I use social social widget that Elementor have for social icon like this one, social icons? So we can use both, but as I said, we follow the best practice, so I will still use the icon list widget. Okay, because it has inline option, so which fits with my needs. So how? First okay, let's delete this one and just duplicate this design, and let's change it to inline, and then I will just remove the text from each. Okay, and update the icon to Facebook. It's not loading again. I think they are using Foundation Pro and it has some issues. I will need to fix it later. Anyway, so I'll just let me show you some dummy icon, because this need to check further. I think I'll just use some dummy text for now. Let's see, Instagram is available, Google. Okay, let's use the dummy ones for now. So let's suppose this is our Facebook icon, and this is our, the what else we have, LinkedIn and Twitter. So let's suppose those are our social icons, and from here I can adjust the spacing, and I can also change the size of the icon. Cool. So you see, you can also use social widget here, but why I didn't use it? Because if I use social icon widget here, it will load another CSS file on the side, which will increase the browser request. So to keep it simple, I just added the icon list widget. Okay, so we are almost done with developing this structure. What else do we have now? We can now move to this footer part, like the bottom part. So to bottom part, I have already added a container at the beginning, so I'll just work with this. So for the bottom part, what we have, there's two part. One is this and another is this one. So we can only use two widget to achieve it. So one is for paragraph, or yeah, paragraph I can use it since I already have used paragraph text here. Or for better performance, I can also do another thing. You know what? Here I used heading widget, you remember, but here I used paragraph. But since heading widget also have p tag, so why don't I use it here? So what I'll do is I will copy this heading widget and paste it here, move it here, and remove this and edit this to change the HTML tag to P, and I'll also reset the style so it takes the site default paragraph font size. Okay, so what this means, like I use a text editor widget, now I use a heading widget, so I also reduce it one request for browser, which is good for performance. Okay, so same here. Let me see the design. Here I will use heading widget, and for this I will use icon list widget. So let's try. I'll just copy this and paste, and what do we have here? Yeah, total group. Okay, we already have it as set as a p tag. We can also make this year to dynamic, since we are using Elementor Pro. To do this, what I need to do is let's cut all the text and then use the dynamic field, and here they have option current date and time, and from here I will just select date format to custom. So I'll just use here year, so I'll select Y, and I'll go to advanced, and in the before I will paste all the text, just except the year. Okay, so this way this year will be automatically dynamic, and whenever after 2025, when 2026 start, it will automatically gets changed. So we need to add a space. Cool. Now the next thing is what? This list. Okay, so it's also easy. What you need to do is, like, let's copy the existing one, paste here, and change the direction to raw, and just divide to space between. Okay, and now I'll select this and change this to inline, and change, and we don't need the heading, so I'll remove it. So we just need this listing. Okay, and now we need to adjust the style. So here we have a pipe icon in between every link, so we can do this. I think there is a divider option here. So we need to adjust the width 2 pixel, and we can also adjust the spacing. Cool. So now we can select the main container, and you can see this text looks like a bit toward the up, but this looks centered. So what I'll do is select the main container and change the align item to center. Okay, I think this coming from the p tag. P tag has probably a default margin, so I'll change it to span. Cool. So now looks good. Now I'll add margin to the bottom part, maybe 50 pixel. Okay, it looks good now, and I will also need to set a divider here. So to do this, I can use border. So let's change the border, or let's set a border. Border type solid. We want it only at the top, so 1 pixel. Change the color probably white for now. Okay, so yeah, we have the border. Now what I can do is add a padding to separate the border. So let's set a padding to maybe 30 pixel. Cool. So yeah, so we are almost done or achieving the structure of this header footer template. Now what next? Yeah, so here we need to now link our each pages or each privacy policy and other terms and condition pages using the link option. Okay, so after that we are good. And what else I am missing? here in the design is like there is a border radius in here and here. Okay, I think you're probably not seeing it, but there is a border radius. I will apply it here. So in the main container for our footer, and by going to the style tab, border radius, top, and I'll select 100, and then right I'll also select 100. Okay, so now it looks like this. Cool. So yeah, probably they use 15 pixel, maybe I need to reduce it, it looks too much. Yeah, now okay. Now also I can adjust the margin or padding that I initially gave to this design to 80 pixel for better spacing and better looking. Okay, so yeah guys, so it took almost 45 minutes to build the structure of our design, and yeah, I can proudly say that it's optimized for speed and performance. And whatever template you design with Elementor, try to follow this best practice. It will reduce your dome size. uh, what is dome is like the number of HTML code printed in your page, like the heading and various HTML tag. So those when those dome size is reduced, your page size is also reduced, and that increase the loading time, sorry, decrease the loading time of your website, which is good for SEO and also for better user experience. Okay, so this is the desktop mode, and now if you want to stay with me, we can move to the mobile and tablet view. So in mobile and tablet view, the design will not looks what we want, and I don't have the view for mobile, like the client didn't provide any view for mobile. So whatever I'll do to make sure that it looks suitable for all device and all screen size and looks good. So stay with me while I change the design. I maybe not talk much, but just keep watching. So here I will change this to 100 because I need more space in the right, and I also change the direction to column. Here I can keep the same style, but I'll change the width to 100%. Okay, so here we can keep the same maybe, but what I want is the size is too much, right? What we can do, we can reduce the column weight, sorry, the number of column. Yeah, so here we can do the same. Okay, and we don't need here I probably didn't select the right one. Let me see. Yeah, so we don't need here, you know, the justify option here that use it, justify content. I need those to right. So let me try changing it, maybe space between. Yeah, okay, so we need it this way. And what next, this. So here what I can do is I can select this and change the direction to reverse. Okay, this way it will look good. And why I am doing the tablet first is because whatever I am doing tablet size, it also getting applied to mobile, because Elementor follows the desktop first design system. What is desktop first design system? You can search on Google. It first prioritize desktop, then tablet, then mobile. You know, the for tablet or sorry, the phone. So whenever I styling for desktop, it applies to tablet and mobile, and whenever I am styling for tablet, it applies for mobile, not for desktop, because Elementor follows the desktop desktop design system, desktop first design system. So it comes from big to small. Okay, so I am now applying to tablet, it also getting applied to mobile view. So for responsive design, or whenever you do, first start from tablet design, so you don't have to do some things twice. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I can also adjust the padding to 40 pixel, and also change the logo size to this, and the rest I can keep the same. And if I feel like the margin is too much, I can also adjust it, but let's give it. I will get the feedback from the client, and depend on it I'll change it. So here we can also adjust the gapping. So right now probably the gap is 20, I think. Let's change it to 40. Yeah, so this look good. And in mobile, you see most of the design got applied to the mobile. So for mobile, I don't need that much padding, I need space. So for mobile, I'll adjust the padding to 20. Maybe I can only add top margin to 40. I don't need left margin to be 40. Just top and bottom to 40. And rest looks good. Here in the gallery, maybe we can change the column size to 3. Yeah, 3 is good. Same here, I can change the column to 3, or maybe 4 if the icon size is not that big. Yeah, that's okay. And this one, I can go to style and center it. Okay, and also adjust the spacing to make it looks good. Yeah, what else? Yeah, let's center this text. Cool, so our footer template is now designed. Yeah, it's probably looking more busy, more we need probably I need more spacing or adjusting the spacing, but you get that part. You can always play with the margin and padding and adjust it as your needs. This is not my final design, but yeah, the structure is set. I can now easily modify it according to my needs. But let's look at this. So yeah, this is what my client wanted, and I'm almost there. Now the final touch needs to be done. Otherwise, yeah, the reason I recorded this video to share you my experience about how to do such complex footer design while following the best practices. Okay, so if you see my overall this design, total I used icon list widget. Okay, let's refresh it. So I used site logo widget, and site logo widget is already used in the header. So the request is already the widget is already used in the page, so it will not send two requests. So it follow the best practice. Here I used heading widget, which is also used here. So heading widget is also used on the page, so no different widget used. So icon list is the widget that might some page might miss. So the icon list widget is something new, I use it on this template. And the gallery widget, so total I used icon list, gallery. Those two are probably not available in all page. Other than that, all the widget is mostly available in the all page. So I use it only two widget to build this footer template. Okay, so that's the best way you can design Elementor layout, and not just a footer. So hope it helps, guys. And lastly, if you thinking how can I apply it to site width, I maybe there be some newbie user watching this. So for those, after preparing your final design, you can hit the publish button and it will show you the condition pop up, and you set this to entire site. Okay, and then hit save and close. Since my it is not 100% ready yet, so I'm not applying it for now. So thank you guys for watching this very long video. I hope you learned a lot about Elementor. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment if I missed anything. Thank you, have a great day, bye bye.